Now, social media has become a big part of how we do things, how we interact with our viewers, and how we gather information in our newsroom. We cannot deny the cyberspace being a huge part of news these days. And of course, that's one of the ways that our viewers can show us love and help us share their excitement about various stories, sports stories, human interest stories with the wider community.
And they're participating in the process essentially.
Yeah. Absolutely. Now, viewers, we wanted to show you some special appreciation for your interaction with our content this year. So right now, we're bringing to you a top 10 countdown of your most loved stories for 2023. This short list represents the news that resonated the most powerfully with our audience among the thousands of stories covered in 2023. We recount from 10 to 1 the events and personalities that stirred up the most excitement, debate, and viewership online to become Too-It-For-Media's biggest viral sensations. 10. Tia Letsom's art exhibitions. Throughout the year, we had the pleasure of following the journey of local artist Tia Letsom as she shared her gift of mixed media art with the BVI. This included her first ever art exhibition held on the rocks at Cyril B. Romney Tortola Pier Park and her non-stop art exhibition held in partnership with The Attic. Tia had a noticeable impact on our audience as members of the public tuned in at each milestone to cheer her on. We can't wait to see what she does in the new year. 9. SpaceX. Two notable incidents this year have landed SpaceX's journey to the stars on our top 10 list for 2023. On February 27th, many members of the community were taken by total surprise when a bright, moving light appeared in the night sky and disappeared as fast as it had come. Theories surrounding aliens weren't around too long before Too-It-For-Media confirmed that the bright moving vessel was in fact SpaceX's Falcon 9 rocket carrying new Starlink satellites into orbit. Again in November, the BVI was reminded of the activities taking place in the atmosphere when a quiet Saturday morning was rattled by a loud unexplained boom. A swift Too-It-For-Media investigation revealed that the source of the boom was an exploding SpaceX rocket ship somewhere over the Gulf of Mexico, about 148 kilometers in the air. The massive rocket was over 120 meters tall. While that flight ended in flames, SpaceX appears to be undeterred in its plans to travel beyond the Earth's atmosphere. We can be certain that it may be worth keeping an eye on the sky in 2024. Number 8. Adejah Hodge. Whether it was breaking records, making her way onto the international athletic stage, or sharing her plans for furthering her education, the Virgin Islands watched in awe as Adejah Hodge continued to grow. Some of her most viral moments this year were achieving a new national high school record and an under-20 indoor record, making it all the way to the semi-finals of the World Athletics Championships in Budapest, being named the 2022-2023 Gatorade Florida Girls Track and Field Player of the Year and committing to the University of Georgia. What a year, but still only the start for Adejah Hodge. Number 7. Kyron McMaster. Kyron McMaster continued to do the BVI proud and further cemented his name on the international stage with outstanding performances. Support from the community poured in at every step. Some of the most viral announcements we made this year surrounding Kyron's career were his silver medal in the men's 400-meter hurdles at the World Athletics Championships in Budapest, victory against the world's ranked number 1 at the Zurich Diamond League, and setting a new meet record at the PTF's World Athletics Continental Tour Silver Meeting in Slovakia. Number 6. Kyra James. Virgin Islander Kyra James continued to make the territory proud this year as she stamped her name on the international media scene as a content producer. Kyra, who presently works for the Recording Academy, which is famous for its Grammy Awards, was highlighted across the Virgin Islands for the role she played in the scenes during the week-long activities in February. Her exclusive Too-It-For-Media interview spread like wildfire after its release and is available to view on all Too-It-For-Media platforms. Number 5. New Win Air flights. Virgin Islanders certainly showed their excitement for increased connectivity to and from the Terence B. Lettsome International Airport when we brought you news of Win Air's introduction of flights to and from Beef Island and Antigua. Not only was this new flight a competitive option for regional travel from the BVI, it also further evidenced the recovery of the BVI's tourism industry following the COVID-19 pandemic. From the comments we received, members of the public were particularly excited about the affordability of the flights and the possibility for additional flights from Win Air in the future. Number 4. The return of American Airlines. It was a big year for air travel in the Virgin Islands, but no other development received the magnitude of public response as was experienced with the return of American Airlines. We brought you every detail on the airline's reintroduction to the territory and did not miss a beat, providing quality coverage on the progress and results. Some of the moments where we felt the most love were when we gave you a detailed view of the excitement of the proving flight on May 25th. And of course, when we were the only media team to capture the inaugural American Airlines flight straight from the tarmac. The iconic video is available on all Twit4Media platforms. Number 3. Miss Universe BVI takes on El Salvador. It was our pleasure to help share the story of Miss Universe BVI Angelica Foy as she represented the territory at the 72nd annual Miss Universe pageant in El Salvador. An immense pride accompanied each headline, from her crowning moment and feature interview with Twit4Media to her 2-day journey to El Salvador and her participation in daily activities with fellow contestants. Grace, beauty, and BVI love are how we sum up her memorable journey, and we can't wait to see who picks up the mantle in 2024. Number 2. Demoy Hodge. 2023 has been an amazing year for Demoy Hodge. He kept audiences captivated by his story both on and off the court. Some of his most memorable moments were being signed to a 2-way contract with the Los Angeles Lakers after going undrafted in the 2023 NBA draft, making his first visit home in more than 2 years and becoming the BVI's first V ambassador during his celebratory homecoming, gracing billboards at either side of his home community in District 2, being honored by his community with the first ever Key to the Bay, and winning his first ever NBA trophy as a member of the Los Angeles Lakers. As Demoy's professional career continues to unfold, we are always ready for his next takeover of the news cycle. Number 1. Team BVI represents in Singapore. A true example of community spirit and overwhelming support for the territory's youth. Our number 1 most viral story of 2023 followed the journey of the BVI robotics team as they represented the territory at the FGC Robotics Challenge in Singapore. At every stage, members of the community poured in with congratulatory messages and well wishes for the students, and did their parts to bolster our coverage of the students' journey and get the entire community informed and involved. With your help, their story reached hundreds of thousands of people and was a perfect example of the support of a community towards a worthwhile venture. Jaka Wooding, Twit4News. I think that list just echoes even greater the strength of the Virgin Islands community, and the fact that they really do support their own is one of those things where a Virgin Islander on the international stage has all of the community behind them, not just 1 or 2 members.
Indeed, and we would have seen in terms of some of the familiar faces as mentioned in sports, the Adeja Hawes, Demoy Hodge, Kyra McMaster. Those obviously highlights how sports can propel the territory not only on the local scene but also regionally and internationally.